What is up, y'all? Welcome back to another video, and in this video we are going to be reacting to the Detroit Lions final coaching staff. This is going to be looking at the Detroit Lions final coaching staff with 8 new hires and promotions. Now, I do want to give a shout out on Instagram. I think his name's Aaron. I think hopefully that was right. He actually sent me a picture on Instagram of the new hires that they made. I actually saw this a little bit earlier, but he did send me this and I was like, okay, that's cool. So the support is awesome. That just shows me how much you guys are supporting, and that's amazing. That's what makes me want to do these so much, and I love putting out videos because you guys obviously are supporting if you guys are sending me stuff. So again, follow me on Insta. Not trying to even throw that out there, but hey, DoseOfDion 2.0. Okay, some of you guys asked me if this is my legit count. Yeah, it's my legit count. So don't even worry about it. DoseOfDion 2.0 is my legit count. I'm standing there with a Michigan basketball player representing Michigan basketball. I mean, even though we're losing, okay, let's forget about that. That's for another day. Let's talk about this. This is Lions talk. So let's go through what they did to finalize. Right here is Tyrone McKenzie, the new linebacker coach. So I guess this is the first time we're going to see him really listed as a coach for Detroit Lions. I don't think he was ever technically a coach for us, but we knew he was our coach. You know what I mean? So let's just react to this thing. It says the Ford family agreed to bring back Matt Patricia for his 3rd season, but mandated changes for the coaching staff. Right. Boy, did they get it. Okay, awesome. Patricia has spent the last 2 months overhauling his staff with sweeping changes from top to bottom. The final 8 moves were announced today. With Steve Gregory promoted to the defensive backs coach, Ben Johnson promoted to the tight ends coach, and Josh Scholler taking over the strength and conditioning coach. And a lot of people want to see the strength and conditioning coach different, so there's something to keep an eye on. It says Detroit also announced 5 more outside hires. Tyrone McKenzie, which we knew about, but like I said, it wasn't official, I guess, because they haven't really announced it. Tony Carter, who is our defensive assistant. Morris Henry, our assistant strength and conditioning coach. Tom Canavy, assistant strength and conditioning coach. Hold up, we got 2 though. Okay, so we got 2 assistant strength and conditioning coaches, and Ty Warren, who is our minority coaching internship. Okay, Ty Warren, cool. Maybe he'll be a future bigger role for us. I don't know exactly what that means, but I'm assuming he's working his way into it. So cool. It says throw in the arrival of new defensive coordinator Corey Undlin and special teams coordinator Braden Combs. Okay, some of these names, man, I'm not familiar with them yet, so it's going to take me a minute, which were announced back in January, and that's 7 new people on the staff in all. That includes at all the coordinator positions except on offense, where Darrell Bevell returns after being hired last year. Darrell Bevell killed it. He should be here, and he should be here for a long time. Some people were even trying to say he should be our head coach this year. I don't know about that, because I do like my offensive coordinator, but woo, he killed it last year, okay? Now, a lot of these guys, we heard of, Corey Undlin and Braden Coombs. I said Coombs, I'm sorry. Look, everybody just relax, all right? Y'all know what? Come on, man. It says, all told, 12 of 22 positions under Patricia will have new faces in them in 2020. Awesome. That's considerable sweeping change after the 3-win disaster that already has Patricia and Bob Quinn on the hot seat. Ownership has said the team must compete for the playoffs in 2020 or else. All right, so there's that mandate they bring up a lot. It says many of the latest changes were anticipated, including Gregory's rise to defensive backs coach. He's a former Patriots and Chargers defensive back who was added to the. Oh, that's who. Okay, yep, that's who that is. So he was an actual defensive back. He played in the NFL. Didn't play a lot, but I think he was with Patricia for a very small amount of time, I believe. I remember making a video on that. So yes, now he is our defensive backs coach, because Corey Undlin was a defensive backs coach, but now he is our defensive coordinator. So we had to get a defensive backs coach. We brought him in to be our defensive coordinator. It says defense assistant in 2018. He's still just 37 years old and has only 2 years of NFL coaching experience. Right, so he's the young one that was just a player, but impressed Patricia so much that he's been evaluated to lead the secondary that lost their top safety Quandre Diggs last season and now could lose top cornerback Darius Slay this year. That would be a huge hit and obviously make their job a lot harder. So maybe they will keep him around because of the young and because of the youth around there. Now we do have Corey Undlin, which is our defensive coordinator, like I said, that was a defensive backs coach a majority of the time when he was coaching before he came here. So that's definitely something to keep an eye on. Steve is a young guy who played for me, Patricia said, at the Senior Bowl. Smart guy who continually developed and grown in his very young coaching career. We'll see how that goes, but I think he's done a good job in his own personal growth here in the last couple of years as a football coach. He says many of the new hires have Patriots connections, with Carter 2010, McKenzie 2009-2010, Warren 2003 to 2010, and Gregory 2012-13, all playing in New England while Patricia was on the staff. Additionally, Undlin was hired by Bill Belichick as a defensive assistant in 2004, the same year Patricia arrived as an offensive assistant in Foxborough. The men even slept in the same windowless office. Okay, that's like a little fun fact there. I'm always good with fun facts. So that's 7 new hires from the staff this year, 5 of whom Patricia knows from New England, and a look at Patricia's new staff. Okay, yes, here we go. We can just kind of look at the staff now. But yeah, a lot of these guys have connections. Not really surprised there. He is on the hot seat, like they mentioned, him and Bob Quinn. So I was not expecting them to go anywhere crazy and bringing guys that had different philosophies, maybe different thoughts, bringing guys that are familiar, that he wants to work with, that he's comfortable with, because knowing that you have to win this year is either your way works or it doesn't. Because if his defensive way doesn't work, you can't bring in a different guy that has a different defensive mindset with him. It's either this is going to work or it's not. So bring in guys that you're comfortable with, and hopefully you guys can all work together and make something happen. You've always been saying, hey, I got to bring my guys in. Well, every year we've been bringing in your guys. So as years continue, we want to see progress, and hopefully this year we see a lot of progress. Offensively, okay, we still have Daryl Bevel, which is obviously great because Daryl Bevel is a baller. Kyle Kasky, who was a running backs coach, wide receiver coach, Robert Prince, tight ends coach Ben Johnson, who was promoted, I believe. Sean Ryan is the quarterbacks coach. He's still here. Hank Fraley, who's the offensive line coach, and Billy Yates, who's the assistant offensive line coach. Defensively, our new defensive coordinator is Corey Undlin. Defensive line is now Bo Davis. Linebackers coach, new man, Tyrone McKenzie, who I'm most excited about. I think the linebacker group needs to be improved, and I think Tyrone McKenzie is going to help us. Steve Gregory, who is the defensive backs coach, Tony Carter, who is the defensive assistant, quality control, who is Stephen Thomas, and then we go to special teams where you have Braden Coombs, assistant special teams, and Marquise Williams. Now let's get into the support staff. All right, here we go. Head strength and conditioning, Josh Schulder, assistant strength and conditioning, Morris Henry, assistant strength and conditioning, Tom Canavy. Okay, I'm trying, y'all. I'm trying to get through this. Director of football research, David Coro. Okay, I wonder what he does. Director of football research. Okay, I mean, maybe that's just like a general knowledge of the NFL. Maybe that's what it is. Head coach assistant, research and analysis. Okay, that'd be a cool job. Evan Rothenstein, I'm pretty sure he's been here before. WCF minority coaching assistantship, which is Ty Warren. Okay, we were kind of curious about him. WCF minority coaching assistantship. That's a hard thing to say. Offense and special teams, Leon Washington. All right, wow. Okay. I don't know if that means anything to you, but I will point out a couple of ones that are probably the most important. I will say, obviously, Corey Undlin is going to be huge. Our new defensive coordinator, we moved on from Paul Pasqualoni. Some people said Paul Pepperoni. I don't know where that came from. I don't know who started that. But either way, he is not here anymore. So now it is it's not Paul Pasqualoni. It is now Corey Undlin. So that should be interesting. And a lot of people love that hire, but I do think it is a familiar guy that I'm not too surprised with. I wasn't shocked at the time. So we'll see how that and Matt Patricia can work together. Hopefully that bond goes well. Tyrone McKenzie is probably the most exciting one because when he was in Tennessee and when he's been a linebacker coach, he has been known to take the linebackers and make them a lot better and improve a linebacker group like that isn't very talented, which is kind of our linebacker group, which is unfortunate to say, but it's kind of true unless we bring in someone really good like Corey Littleton. Make sure you go check out that video. Unless you bring in someone like that, not the most talented. We do have a lot of young guys though, so hopefully he can improve that and make that better because our linebacker group has not been good in a long time. So those are the two positions I look at. Obviously, Daryl Bevel being back is awesome because Daryl Bevel just dominated last year as an offense coordinator. He did his thing. So I guess that's it. Shout out to you guys for sending me this on Instagram. I believe it was Aaron who sent it to me. And yeah, that's my legit Instagram. So I know someone asked me, hey, is this your like real one? If you're watching this video, yes, that's my real one. I haven't replied to a lot of your guys' comments yet on Instagram, but I will get to it. Don't even worry about it. I was thinking about either replying to them or depending on how many I get, I may make another Detroit Lions mailbox. So we'll see. I like doing the mailboxes. That way I can put them all in one video. That's pretty cool. But we'll just have to wait and see how many questions we get. So if you guys still do have questions, go on my Instagram and just comment on that last post. And I may just put it into a part 2 of the Detroit Lions mailbox. But anyways, I appreciate all of you guys for stopping in. And I think that's all we got. Also, the giveaway is coming. I haven't did it yet, but it will come at some point. I don't know when that's going to happen. Not exactly sure when the giveaway is going to happen, but I'm kind of just waiting. If you guys want to enter that, go back to that video. It says giveaway. I'm pretty sure it's probably a week ago. You guys can go comment, say done. Make sure you subscribe. That's how you get into it. But yeah, I will do that giveaway at some point. We're probably at the end of March. It's probably when we'll drop that, and I'll start sending stuff out. So yeah, I think that's it. That's all we got for the video, and yeah, I think that's good to go. Thank you, Prop, for watching, and I'm out.